Let's talk about the Coda Synapse. I was already cheating on the weapon before even getting it to max level. But the Synapse is actually one of my most used weapons. This thing is completely wrong. Keep in mind, if you use Spectres and or crewmate, your usage is wrong. Synapse should be second or third weapon. As I started putting the formulas in this thing, I actually got took by the nostalgia, and I am a fan right now of the Synapse, the Coda one. Compared to the normal one, increased magazine, almost a 10%, more punch through, which is really nice. Beam, 5 meters of beam range pretty much. 1% critical chance, 2% status chance, more corrosive damage, which is a 30% increase, which is actually big. So, Synapse is one of those unique weapons that has innate corrosive, and that allows you to make corrosive and viral in the same weapon. You usually need one of those two pre-existing on the weapon to be able to do that. So I went with corrosive, viral, and heat with a heat valence bonus, and that for me is one of the best options to mix corrosive, viral, and heat. Yeah, then we can get some very interesting results. We can clear through the lines of enemies without much problem, as long as we get the headshot. And the Synapse has a 20% extra damage to headshots, which combined with Deadhead makes it even better. And that's kind of how it goes. You can start and melt through the lines just like that. I think that's pretty good. This would be my pretty much all-rounder build. Standard build, as I like to call. I don't like using Banes. I just want to use it, without a Bane against every enemy. You might want to put a Serration then. And for your Deadhead, if you want to keep Deadhead, you can. If no, you could go with Crux. Go with Crux, reduce the level of these viral mods a bit, so you increase the likelihood of getting heat procs. I want a Riven, ideal Riven for now. With the disposition, would probably be viral on the Riven. Viral, fire rate, probably the best thing right now. Other than that, our mate here asked for level cap builds on the Torxica video. So I'm gonna start with the Coda Synapse now, and I'm even gonna show you the Coda Torxica build that I would make for level cap a bit later. For level caps or dealing with very high level enemies, you usually because to me it seems like the easiest options are to go either with the enemy weakness or to go with heat stacking. With that, heat stacking would be this, and probably with a heat inherit primer. Just like this, we would be dealing massive amounts of damage using that acuity to get the red crits on the headshots, and our heat procs are gonna be pretty deadly. Yeah. Kind of like that. And I do have galvanized aptitudes. This primer is not a heat inherit primer. This is just a normal primer. I can find the head actually. Oh my god. No, I was not expecting that a number like that. Yeah. Looks impressive here, but remember, if we're dealing with demolishers, we would be doing 10% of this damage only. So yeah. That's option number one, level cap number one, heat inherit pretty much. For the second option, you might want to go with pure corrosive, as it is the weakness of Grenier. So here I would change the valence over to probably Toxin. You can go with Toxin, you can go with electricity, and and then I drop the other element. I'm not sure if that's really the highest damage possible to use Hammer Shot or to use another Neramon for the corrosive. So would be something like this. What would I use on the frames? I would use, if I'm going heat, I'm gonna use Roar because it acts kind of like a Bane. The way the damage increases, because it increases the weapon damage directly and also the dot damage, if I'm not wrong. So, if I was going corrosive, I would probably use Zada's Whisper, because we would be using the way Zada works and the Bullet Attractor, the Void procs. It just pairs really nice with headshot damage. So bonus headshot damage, more headshot damage, focusing on headshot. It's just going crazy, you know. So yeah. Let's see. Let me just use Zara so we have an idea. My god. Yeah, they just melt. But we have to land the headshots for it to actually work. Let me land the headshot. Oh, I was hoping for a Zara proc. Oh, I saw a million there with the Zara. Yeah, that would be interesting against the Demolishers. So those would be my two options to level cap with the Synapse, Coda Synapse. This one built for heat, of course, with a heat valence bonus, using Roar on the build, having a proper heat inherit primer, and then if I wanted to use corrosive, valence bonus, either toxin or corrosive, and then use this. For the frame, you would be able to use whatever you want, but probably Ash would be the best option with the augment for invisibility. And yeah. Now, let's talk about the D.Torxica. Even though the D.Torxica has a good amount of damage already, what I would do to level cap would probably be this build, which is pretty much the same as config A, with a Bane Grenier. And what else? We're missing a galvanized shot here. Merciless gunfight. I don't think we need that punch through, to be honest. So I would put in Elementalist. Yeah. Elementalist is something that I'm not using on the Synapse, but yeah, I just think that this could be a good addition to this weapon. Enemies are still flying. How much are we? Yeah, the heat procs are very nice, very nice. Yeah, it's kind of what I would use for the level cap, pretty much. Adding a Roar would be nice. Would be nice. Yeah, that's what I think. This would probably do the job, do the trick. Yeah, think it would. Think it would do. Think it would do. That's it. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace.
Till next time, friend.